He's the sulky, over funky, kinda hunky superhero. Optimistic and electrically transistored superhero. An exotically neurotic and aquatic superhero. The Marvel superheroes have arrived.
Welcome back, my fellow agents. It is I, X7, your host, your super host of Zenorama, the podcast of heroes and monsters. We're going to look at the Stan Lee exhibit. Yeah, that was up at the University of Wyoming at the American Heritage Center. And there it is, looking like a pyramid. And let's just get into it. Grab yourself a big old stack of wheat cakes and like, share, subscribe, vote in the poll if I have one, and leave a comment. And please, if you are watching on YouTube, listen for just a couple minutes longer than you might have. It really helps the algorithm. Listen to me sound like I know what I'm doing. All right. So let's get on this. So this is what I pulled up while I walked over to see. I'd already parked in the parking lot, which had ample parking, as opposed to the museum.
Superpowered from the forehead to the toes. Watch them change their very shape before your nose.
And let's get on with this. So let's go over here. There's a nice little banner there. And just what it is. And was all about Stan the Man. It was his influence and everything. And it was very respectful. And it did not go into any of the foibles that every human being has, including Stan. As we've all come to find out, everyone is like that. But this was that was all about, and he had a long history here with the university. So there is the cover of Foom 17 as a banner as well, and beyond the book. Your humble agent was a friend of old Marvel for a year, from issues 10 to 13. Fortunately, the first one was about the all new, all different X-Men. The second one was about the Vision. So I didn't care I don't even remember what the other two are about anymore. I don't even know if I have those copies. I'm kind of surprised that Marvel has not done a collection of Foom. I think that would be a big seller. And then our next, let's see here. Oh, and then I was like, hey, how do I get in?
Hey, where do these stairs go? They go up.
And really, if you didn't think I was going to do that, play that clip, well, do you not know me? Be that as it may, they do go up, and that was how I got in. So in the hallway on the way over, this is what was outside the exhibit. Stuff about Stan here, letters. Oh, I can't make it any. I can't embiggen it because it's already full screen. But he's been here before. Stan was here many times, and then you've got the history of Stan Lee and the American Heritage Center, and a nice little shot of Spider-Man crawling up the side. So apparently Spidey travels with Stan. Look at that comic book accurate costume. Didn't have to change it at all. Not that I'm complaining about the ones in the movies, but we do have a lot of pictures to get through here, and I don't even know what number we're on. So we will keep going. More pictures along the inside there. Ooh, Spidey gave a speech. Signing autograph. I did meet Stan a couple of times myself. I had him sign. Didn't have him sign anything he wrote, but he was very gracious. And the kid, like a couple of kids behind me, had him. This was in the probably 81, 82. I rode over with one friend, and we got him to sign stuff. And one of the kids behind us had him sign his Supergirl comic book, which Stan had nothing to do. So if you ever hear anyone say that they've had Stan Lee sign a DC comic book, he's already done it. I know he's done it. All right, more pictures here of probably at that very same one, maybe the first one there. And then a lovely montage here. Of course, Captain America. Stan Lee had nothing to do with creating Captain America. They didn't mention that. But the other two, yeah, he helped out with that. Where'd that go? Come here. All right, and now we've got Stan's history here. The man, They do give credit where credit's due for other the artists over later on, but that I don't even if that's Stan looking like he doesn't even a hippie. That's the 50s. There's very young Stan Lee, and then we'll go to the next to the 60s here. Stan and Spidey, not time relevant, but that's all right. Stan and his 70s stash, and then the 80s, and clear into the 2000s. Now this is all full of stuff. If you want to read what all this says, you're gonna have to go to the museum or the American Heritage Center yourself. The AHC is those of us who've been there. They did not have any merch for sale here about this, which I was very surprised at. And then they've got a book nook, I suppose, and I'm just wondering how difficult it was for people to not walk out with these things. Not that I would have thought about it, but those are really nice hardbacks there. And a bit about the Beatles, which that's George Perez and Klaus Janson doing the artwork there. I think David Kraft might have written that. And then there, I don't even know if that's Morbius or who it is. So let's see. Does this give me? Nope, it does not. Versatile visionary, and once again, all of this is very complimentary to Stan because that's what they're looking at. I mean, we do know that he had collaborators with him, his brother, obviously Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko, Larry Lieber, his brother, Don Heck, a lot of other people wrote and drew these comics. So don't get me wrong, I'm not blind to that, but this is about Stan. Interesting. Here's I don't even remember what this is for. So 3 to 15 pages. The Marvel Way, apparently, I would guess we'd call it. And there's Money in Comics by Stan Lee. There's a lot of Spider-Man in here, and not much, really. I don't know that I saw anything mentioning Steve Ditko. I have no idea what this is. The rottenest things on Earth, but Stan did it. I'd be interested in reading it. All right, and there you go. Spider-Man, America's #1 superhero. And this is when he went to the newspapers for the first time. I thought this was in the 70s, but I could be wrong. John Romita, of course. Jazzy John, who's very much all over here as well. And really, I don't know if this is showing up there, but I'm moving it over here so I can keep track of how many minutes we've gotten into this. So if you saw that the video, the clip champ, that's on me. All right, let's get going here. So, and then a John Byrne cover, but it's triple-sized issue, a whole $1. Comics are like 4 times that now, and an all-new blockbuster by Stan the Man Lee. I think I had this way back when, 20th anniversary. So that would have been 60 or 81, 82 maybe, 81, yeah. And now it's 20, 40 plus years, and they still haven't gotten them right on the big screen. And there's a poorly framed picture of mine with the origins of Marvel Comics, a book I owned and read probably to pieces. And here's a little more about stuff. Men in Black was an independent. I had those first 3 issues, and they obviously made a lot of money there. Just some fun things. And let's go. And I caught a picture of a fan there with Spidey, and I'm sure he's pretty impressed with all of this. All right, there stands Soapbox, and a lot of times there's Wolverine, another creation that Stan had nothing to do with. But I always enjoyed reading his soapboxes. And they're talking about Jack Kirby. Back and forth, yeah. Stanley is a pest. And then that's from, I believe, the wedding of Sue and Reed in the Fantastic Four. That Stan and Jack weren't allowed in. There's a book about Jack, so you can. I'd like to read that. I did not walk off with it. Unlike, well, I'm much more Spider-Man. No Steve Ditko Spideys here. You can see that. The Goblin. Yes, old Goblin. And much letters and stuff there. Stuff. I'm very exacting, aren't I? I have no idea what this was. It was just there. New York Magazine, the radicalization of comic books. Gee, Christmas. This is from 1970. And they should see him now, or probably shouldn't. And there's the Spidey Super Stories. As a young agent, I was very excited that Spider-Man was going to be on the Electric Company because I was already watching it. Look, it's Jennifer of the Jungle. I don't remember the, who the I don't remember the ape's name. And Easy Reader, and at least there he is right there. Bill Cosby is not on the cover, and that's probably a good thing. I had several of these, but they were not aimed at me. I was a little older by then. Does that say when that came out? They were surprisingly slow off the block there, though. Easy to read Adventures of Spider-Man, and they were, but he teamed up with a lot of superheroes, which is kind of cool. More Spider-Man. Um, you can just, I mean, kids. Yeah, I would have loved to if I was a younger agent. And I don't know who drew this, but Speaker Man, you got to give Stan credit. He was a showman. I mean, he was born to do that. And as far as getting Marvel out there and noticed by everybody, you got to give him credit for that. And talking about it, and getting people interested, and making deals. Where so he did. I mean, he was Stan Lee. I would have gone to see that in a minute if I'd have been in wherever that was. There's the itinerary. LaGuardia arrive at O'Hare in Chicago, home of the Bears. And here's a letter from Stanley to support education. Yeah. See, Stan did good stuff. Had this book for many years and pored over it, but trying to learn how to draw, but didn't take art classes. Just, the book will tell me how. It says how to draw comics the Marvel way. It does not, but it really does show you how dynamic Stan wanted everything to be. There were not static figures in these comic books ever. I mean, even Doomsday right there is pouting. But read it. Mostly it made me want to read the comics that John was showing us how to draw. And then I did not have this book. Now, this says, please do not remove book for, I think it was under glass. That's why the shine is there. I did get to read it, but I never owned it. I had several of these books, but not this one. The second one, Son of Origins. They did kind of miss out on calling the superhero women the daughter of Origins, but meh. So here's just some some other stuff there. There's a lovely cover. I don't know if that's the Marvels, but probably advertising it. All kinds of fun stuff. I wonder if that's a no prize. And there's the fun book. All you need is a pencil. I never saw that, so these are just how it started out, I guess. The cover, how it was designed. Comic-Con International. This is 2004, and I'm trying to remember if I went to that one. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did. Going back, yes, I was there in 2004, where Stan was. I think that's what they're saying. Well, that's Jack right there, isn't it? So I believe I saw Stan there once. I saw a lot of people, a lot of artists and writers there. It was always fun. And here we go, the cover of Foom, and explains what Foom was. It doesn't mention the superhero Marvel MMMS, Merry Marvel Marching Society, that predated that. Now, I wish I would have. I did not get a medallion coin. but I wish I would have gotten. I wish I would have kept all of the stuff that I got because I was really looking forward to it. I thought it would be in a box and it was in an envelope. So the first time I was a little disappointed, and it took me a minute. I was only about 10, 9 or 10 or 11, in some of those years. And then once Stan passed away, these were people that did um, benefits to tributes to him. And this kid here, I might have known him personally. Not saying I knew him that well, but yeah, one of us, somebody did not want to play Cowboys and Indians, Star Trek or superheroes or monsters, but Cowboys and Indians, yeah. So I don't know who all of the people were that were doing these, but I have a couple of them coming up here. If we can, there we go. I love the Eternity one there, and just some fun stuff here. But yeah, I mean, Stan Lee's going to be eternal. All of his co-creations, everything. There's a lovely, the guy that's drawing Dennis the Menace and a nice, Fantastic Four. Just the tributes for him. And then Stan Sakai, whom I've met and have a drawing of, or from, pardon me. I also have a drawing of from Sergio Aragonis of Gru. I might have two of those. And then, well, anyone who knows, Radical Dude, man. Stanley and a barbecue. Jeez. They're very cute. I think these were for his tributes, but they all say 2007, so Stan was still alive. And then finally, I had to sign the guest list or the guest book. Pardon me. I thought it was great. It was a lovely day, as you saw that blue sky, 75 degrees. There was a strong wind there up there in Wyoming, but not. It was not cold, unlike the last year when I was up there in October in Cheyenne, and it got cold. So it was a very fun trip, and this was very much worth it. And 2 days in Wyoming is about all I need, and I doubt I'll be going back anytime in the near future. But one just never knows. So with that, agents, you know what I'm going to say here. Always remember, with great power does come great responsibility. And until our next assignment, this is X7 signing off.
See a paint-striking superhero change to Viking superhero. King and reel, slinging shield, clinging superhero. They're the latest, they're the greatest, ultimatest